I have a video of Michael Irvin that we're. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Ow. That hurt. Damn. You fucking win. Ow.
Well, good Friday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here. Of course, Joe Boo is down at the Red Brick House holding it down, but we got Joe Bear in the house, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. You know, it is Friday. I'm glad the weekend is here. Not sure if I'm going to be going to the autograph signing show tomorrow in Chantilly. There's usually they have a lot more of the older players, and actually usually have more Cowboy players. We got Micah Parsons, we got C.D. Lamb, there's Tony Casillas, there is Barry Switzer, Ken Norton Jr., Shay's going to be there. Skip. Mike Tyson's going to be there, but that's it as far as Cowboys go. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go tomorrow or not. We'll see. I'll figure out when I wake up in the morning if I do want to go or not. If I do, hopefully I'll see you guys there, but I'm figuring that since there's not as many Cowboy players as usual, usually you'll see Randy White and Ed Too Tall Jones and those guys, but they're not going to be there. I will see you guys there and bring you some coverage and stuff of some of you great fans and things. So last night, was on Cowboys Cave. Shout out to Cowboys Cave. Definitely go check them out. Show them some love. I know people think that, it's easy. You just go down and you put up your shingle here on YouTube and just wait for the masses to come running, but it's not really that easy. It's hard. It takes a lot of time. You get a lot of people that are really just assholes that have no skills themselves. Their only skill is to try and bring you down. So you literally have the trolls out there that are afraid to actually do this. And as Denzel Washington says, those who can do, those who can't talk about those who can. So can you or can you not? It's one of those things that I'm going to take to my grave, just like with Shannon Sharp. The one reason I may go is because of what Shannon Sharp had said. Every day you are writing your eulogy. So I hope that when I take that dirt nap, when I'm pushing up daisies 6 feet under, that people will remember good things about me. Not that I was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Not that I was an asshole. That I was a person that gave and enjoyed life and left his mark on a positive note. And some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. But be that as it may, it's amazing because when I was talking about Cowboys Cave, Mike Tagg, I believe Mike did, or was it K9, brought up, we were talking about Dak Prescott's contract, and the reason the Cowboys aren't doing anything free agency is because, as the talking heads will tell you, that it's Dak Prescott's contract is preventing them from doing it. And the thing is it's not preventing them from doing it. It's the Joneses that are preventing it from doing it. You can look at the New Orleans Saints, who started out the offseason here $73 million in the hole, but yet still have signed free agents, have spent more money, and have more money still to spend than the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys choose to do that. And he pointed this out because back in 2018, when Dak Prescott was literally getting $680,000, people will say, oh, well, we were still taking dead money. When we got Dak, he had to take cheap money because we were paying off Tony Romo's. We weren't paying it for 3 years. We weren't. But when we started the season, this was the wide receivers we had. Trayvon Austin, Cole Beasley, Noah Brown, Bryce Butler, Michael Gallup, Alan Hearns, Lance Lenoir, Dante Thompson, and Terrence Williams. We started out the year 3-5, and everybody said, well, Dak sucks. Dak sucks. Dak sucks. We made a trade in the middle of the season for Amari Cooper, and the team turned it around and made the playoffs and won the division. Now, this takes me back to something that the great Roger Staubach said. Roger Staubach at Drew Pearson's after party at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He said, "It did not matter how good a pass I threw if Drew Pearson didn't catch it." And no truer words have ever been uttered. We always look and say, it's just the quarterback. It's just the quarterback. Now, here's the thing that's interesting is now sympathy is coming for the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Sympathy, because they got rid of Stephon Diggs, along with others. They ended up trying to build this juggernaut to win the Super Bowl, right? This juggernaut to win the Super Bowl. It didn't work. Now they're in cap, situations. They're cutting people left and right. Stephon Diggs has kind of been that guy who's an incredible talent, but has a way of getting under your skin, and they've let him go. Now, here's the thing that's kind of interesting is the Texans redid his contract where he's getting paid for this year, but he's a free agent after this. So it's still possible that he could end up being in Dallas in a year. Just saying. He could finish his career up in Dallas. Be that as it may, I'm curious how, if the season goes down the toilet and Josh Allen has a bad year, if it will be blamed on Josh Allen or the lack of having people around him. Let's go to this tape here this morning.
To acquire him from Buffalo, the Texans wiped out the final 3 years of his contract, giving him the ability to become a free agent after this season. He also got a raise for next year. He'll earn $22.5 million in guaranteed money. So where does that leave the Bills receiving corps? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here it is. They've added Curtis Samuel and Mac Hollins this offseason. They, along with Khalil Shakir, are the only ones that caught a pass last year in the NFL. So while this looks like an uncertain group, Kimberly Martin was here yesterday saying the standard remains the standard.
The expectation is winning a Super Bowl. Just because Josh Allen is Josh Allen and he's in Buffalo, I'm sorry, the rules don't change. So I get it that you and Dan think that we're being unfair. It's not about fairness. It's if you are eating up most of the pie, most of the responsibility now falls on you. Is that fair? No, but life is not fair, baby. That is reality.
I'll actually have to say, for once, she's kept it real, because that has always been what everybody says about Dak Prescott. Okay, the other guys, poor Josh. Poor Josh. Oh man, he ain't got nobody to throw to. Come on, man.
So she said it as only she can, but the question is she right? Graziano is here, Mike T is here, and Dominique Foxworth. It's been too long. I'll start with you. Neek, is she right? Does the standard remain the standard in Buffalo? Is it a disappointment if this isn't a Super Bowl team?
I mean, I think she's partially right. I think the standard does not change. As long as you have a top-of-the-league MVP caliber quarterback, the expectation is that you will have a shot at the Super Bowl. But where I disagree with her is where we start talking about how much of this responsibility falls on Josh Allen just because he's getting paid a lot of money, which is what he deserves. I think the responsibility falls on Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott, which they showed us that they're capable of last year. I thought Sean McDermott and that coaching staff did a great job compensating for injuries and changing the whole offense midway through the season. So I do think that they need to draft well in order to continue to have success, and they need to coach up the players that they have. The guys that are on that team are talented enough to find out what's best for them. And the last thing is we don't have to look much further than the Chiefs for the example of this. If you look at those rosters, while we want to give all the credit to Patrick Mahomes, and he deserves a lot of credit, we have to appreciate how often they hit in the draft, especially on defense, from Snead to McDuffie to Karlaftis to Bolton and Creed Humphreys on the offensive side of the ball. These are players that were early in their contract that were outplaying the money that they were getting paid. So the GM and the coach need to continue to do that to help Josh Allen and help this team compete.
Is he right?
Oh, he's absolutely right. There's no question about it. And if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you're encouraged by the fact that your general manager and your head coach have shown the ability to be problem solvers, to handle the difficulties that come up in an offseason, during a season, fix things on the fly. But I do think there's some level of responsibility that Josh Allen can assume here if he wants. Like we talk about the Chiefs example. At the offseason after they traded away Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes made a point of, like, I have to play differently. I have to elevate my game in ways that maybe I didn't realize. I have to make sure and bring these new receivers along. So you can do that. You can go the Mahomes route, or you can go, like the Aaron Rodgers route, right? Where they trade Devontae Adams and he kind of mopes through a whole season and then gets traded away the next offseason. So we've seen examples all across the spectrum of how the quarterback handles this inevitability, this okay, now that you're getting paid this money, other aspects of the roster, we have to go cheaper. So I think we'll see what Josh Allen has. It can be up to him. It doesn't have to be, but he can be a contributor to this, to making this a successful transition.
Well, and actually, Mike T, you made a fascinating point in our call this morning in which you said something I don't think anyone else has said, which is there's a world in which this Bills receiver room winds up being in a better place. Take me through that.
Yeah, Greeny, I think it's very plausible. At 28, as you know, Greeny, there's going to be a really good receiver there. Let's call it Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU.
I'm going to leave it right there. I actually got something I've got to do this morning. But it's kind of funny that, here it is. This is what the Cowboys have been doing to Dak Prescott every year. Every year. We brought in Amari Cooper. That's the major addition that we've had. And then we ended up getting rid of Amari Cooper. We ended up getting rid of Cedric Wilson. We had CeeDee Lamb. But when you start looking at the guys that we had around him, you didn't exactly have a great wide receiver room other than CeeDee Lamb. Literally, CeeDee Lamb was the only one who had caught an NFL touchdown pass. Period. But we didn't hear anything about, Dak, he doesn't have anybody. No, we didn't. We just heard Dak sucks. Dak sucks. Let's see how this actually rolls through with Josh Allen. I'm looking forward to this one. All right, good people, we got all kinds of stuff we'll be doing. We'll be doing our live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. I hope you tune in. We'll see if there's any craziness that happens with the Dallas Cowboys because, we them boys. We may not do much on the field, but there's always plenty of drama off of it. And I will see you soon. Peace out.